Hey everybody, it's Mike, Rocky Ridge Pigeons. I have the 2025 young birds right here, and I'm getting ready to release them. I tried this a couple days ago, and I let out about 15 of them, and they got out onto the landing, whatever. I had that door open, and bam, they took off. They hit the sky, they went way up high, and took me 2 days to get all of those birds back, and I'm still missing one. So this is what I did, and I'll explain why. But here's all their flight feathers right here. And that hawk, I'm not liking that hawk, but anyway, here's all their flight feathers. I got 118 birds in here that clipped the first two primaries on them because they're much too old to release at this point. I would have to put soap in the water or wet their wings or all this kind of nonsense. So I just go ahead and cut to the chase and take out the two primary feathers on both sides. So now they can still fly. They can still fly perfectly, but we're going to let them out and see what they do. I just waited too long. Well, I had to build this loft, so by the time I got the loft finished, the birds were too strong. So drastic times, drastic measures, whatever. I had to cut them all, and I'm not just going to watch these birds fly away. A lot of them were over 4 months old, and that's not how I like to do it. I usually like to start releasing them like 2 or 3 days after they come out of the nest. They're eligible to come out because they can't really fly anyway, and that's how I always did it. But there's a much different story this year. So anyway, I'm not going to lose any for just because the timing was off. There's no sense. They're all good birds, and so I'm gonna let them out now and watch them and see what they do. You'll see that the first two primaries, it makes them feel unsure about leaving the area, and they mostly want to stick to the ground, but they have no problem flying up. So we'll see what they do. So let's get this opened up. There we go. So I got that, and then I'm just going to open up the door. And this guy coming right out. And I'm not going to open up that door because there's no opener on it or closer. But I cut this hole the other day so I could load them onto the truck, so I'll just open that up. But yeah, they're zooming right out. Yep. They'd love to be out here. I put those, I just laid some boards over there because I don't want them the first thing to go underneath the loft and start eating the food that's dropped through the floor. So I just kind of blocked that off. They'll end up under there eventually. And look at this beautiful bird. Nice bird. I got some tiger grizzles. I got a lot of silvers. I got 9 pure whites. I lost one the other day. It's actually called a model, black and white model. And there's a real nice one. Oh yeah, right there, black and white model. I got some almost looking like saddle pigeons, like that one right there. Kind of nice looking. A lot of grizzles. But yeah, they're enjoying this. They're coming right out. A lot of these are going to end up on the house there in a minute, I think. They haven't been fed for 24 hours, so that's what you want, because if I go inside that loft right now and whistle, they'll all come crashing back in. Yeah, at least 75% of them will come right in. I'll show that in a little while. Yeah, there's like a red grizzle right there. Attractive bird. My wife's friend's daughter named that bird, and she likes to see that bird. We send her pictures of it all the time. It's nice when young people get interested in pigeons, because not too many seem to be interested these days. I don't know if it's people are just too busy or what it is, but I kind of find the time, make the time for it. Clipping those two primaries kind of makes them feel like, yeah, I don't really want to fly away. I could if I wanted to, but I don't really feel like doing that. I learned that trick when a friend of mine sent 2 pigeons to me from California. When I took them out of the box, they were extremely strong. I could barely hold them, and I said, if I let these birds, if I just try to fly these birds, they're gone. There was no possible way. They were too old and too strong. So the first thing I did, I pulled all 3 flights, and it took them probably 3 to 4 weeks before they started flying, but they came out with everyone, you know, and they went on top of the house and they did this and that, but I never lost them. In fact, I still have one of them after all this racing. Let's see if I can show it here. It's right at the doorway. That blue check. If Jimmy's watching, that's one of the birds you sent me, and it's always done very well. It's got a lot of long distance blood though. I like to see the different colors, and they all race pretty much the same. They're all from proven racing stock, stuff like that. So whenever they get spooked, they come directly towards the loft. Like the whole flock was way back on the other side of the house, and something spooked them, and they all came boom right here. So they're learning the safety of their home, which is pretty cool. I just like to watch the young birds, and they do all kinds of interesting things. I expect pretty soon a lot of them are going to be doing circles around the yard and all that kind of stuff. It's interesting anyway. I knew I didn't want to lose the birds, and I thought, you know, this may be the solution. But see, they can fly. They can fly just fine. That dark one right there, I think you call that a kite. I'm not sure. It's definitely got bronze highlights. I like a lot of birds. That's why I build a big loft, so I can have a lot of them. Yeah, when it comes to good quality racing pigeons, there's not much that's going to be able to keep them from flying. And of course I don't want to keep them from flying. I just wanted to keep them from flying away. On the first release, I actually started doing a video on it, and when I saw the birds just pretty much you know, take off, I was kind of hurt by that, you know. Because I had a viewing cage, or a settling cage, coming from the top of that. You might have saw it on some of my other videos. Came out 12 feet, and I had a leg there. So they knew what home looked like and everything, but they were just so strong and so eager to fly that you know, they took off. Luckily, like I said, I only lost one, but it took me days to get them back. So I'm not going to have that problem. I probably won't lose any of these until you know, we start getting into some serious training, and you know, in the different circumstances that happen. You just never know. You could lose your best bird with some of the weird stuff that happens out there. Look at that bird right there. Can you imagine losing that bird just because you let it go too late when it was too strong? What a shame that would be. That's a Kittle crossed with a Jensen, or Cayman Jensen. So you don't want to see those birds fly away just because they're good quality. I'll be back. All right, I just started to call them in, and so that's it. At least half of them are in, and all the rest will have to go through the trap, and I'll go and have dinner, and when I come back probably about half of these will already be in, and then we'll see what we can do about the rest. I'm sure they'll all be in by dark. All right, it's time for me to go get some dinner. I'll come back and check on these guys in a little while. All right, so I'm back. I just finished dinner, and my parents are having trouble with their iPhone, so it took me quite a while to get back. But all the birds are on the inside, and I just gave them a little bit more food. Everybody's back in, and that's going to conclude today's video. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.